Hey everyone, welcome to Unicorn Dust Designs. Today we are outside with this little guy. I picked this beautiful bench up on Facebook Marketplace for only $30. It definitely looks like somebody obviously handmade it with some a footboard and a headboard maybe, but it is so sturdy. It is very good wood. Somebody did a really good job. So I am by no means a furniture flipper by trade. So this is how I do it. Please give me your tips and tricks down in the comments and let's get started. All right, so just to give you a close-up, sorry, we're right by the air conditioner. So the piece is actually in really great condition. There's just like a few chips here and there, and we are going to get a 220 grit sandpaper and we're just gonna smooth those out. There's not really any damage to this. It's gonna go in the booth. If I had a lot of time, John and I would fix this and put like a little slat back there, but you know what? It's handmade. It looks awesome. Look at all those beautiful spindles. So, all right, let's get started with the prep work. Before we get sanding, my dad showed me this hack where you tie the cords together. That way they don't fall out as you're walking around with them. So thought maybe some of you guys didn't know that. So we're going to use the Skill Orbital Sander. I'm pretty sure I have this in my Amazon store. And we're going to use a padded sanding pad. And this is going to help as we go around those round surfaces not to eat them up with our sander. So I am not going to sand all of these spindles or anything, but I'm going to give it a good scuff sand on all the flat parts of the bench. And then I am going to focus on smoothing out any of those chips that have occurred around the rounded parts. And there was like some around the back part as well. After I'm done with that, I'm going to go ahead and clean my bench up. I am using glass cleaner to clean this off. And then after the glass cleaner, I am going to get a damp towel and then clean the residue of the cleaning solution off of my piece as well. Now we're going to, I start sitting on it and I'm like, this is wobbly. Nope, can't have that. So before fixing it, I made some resin pieces and I knew that I wanted to add just a little bit of something because it was so plain. So luckily for me, the spindle, there was 5 of them, so I knew where my middle point was. So I grabbed my Tight Bond Quick and Thick and I am going to put it on the back of my resin piece. I'm going to use my finger to spread that glue out, making sure I get on all like the little tips and the details because I want this to stick on there forever. I put it right smack in the middle, and I don't know if it was because of the heat, but that thing stuck right away. Now I know this ain't the best angle, but I'm gonna do the same thing for the top. I just find my middle piece, put my Tight Bond on the back of it, and now I'm going to leave it here. And I laid it flat so that it could dry and not move. Now, my husband had to take out the screws that were in there, and then he's going to take his countersink tool just to clean up those holes because they were super rough, and he is going to re-screw those and tighten the posts back up with the little frames. That way it is more sturdy. We're going to head back outside, and now we are going to attempt to use the Graco 360 spray gun. I am using the color Cottage, or I'm using the color Americana by JRB's Cottage Colors. I do have this in stock, and in all honesty, you guys, I have not used this gun since before I was pregnant with Montgomery. So it was a hot mess to start out with, but once I figured out what was going on with the gun, it was nice, and it took less time than painting this all on. I will say the gun is very loud, and if you want more detail, I can possibly do another video of that in the future. So I give this a good coat, and I was like, man, once I got the hang of it, like I said, it was going on very smooth. It made covering this piece and the spindles so easy for me. And I did not even have to water my paint down for this spray gun. It went on so smoothly. All right, you guys, so we got Americana everywhere. I had some serious this issue. You can see it's literally everywhere. Splotches, I stepped in it. It's like all over me. It's all over the gun. But you know what? It was a learning experience. So I'm pretty sure once we do it some more, we'll get there. But we're gonna let this dry and then see what happens. All right, my friends, this is the next day and I am actually really impressed. One, impressed with myself that I did it. But two, the coverage is really good. So that took 2.5 cans of the cottage core. And to be honest, the first can, I pretty much like wasted a lot of it trying to figure out the gun. But 1.5 cans, and did I forget and not get in? No, I got in there. I thought I didn't get behind there. And it looks like I have just a little bit of something like bleeding through there. But after watching Jamie's video, she showed that you can just easily put some Salvation solution and then just do a coat of the paint again. But I'm really impressed with the coverage. Like, I'm not gonna have to do a second coat, and if I missed anywhere, I can definitely touch it up with a brush. Ooh, I'm so excited. Let's move on to the next step. Go ahead and grab that Salvation solution, which is a wood stain blocker, and I'm going to apply a nice smooth amount to that wood bleed through. Now, while that's drying, I'm gonna go ahead and grab my Alchemy wax in rose gold. I know it doesn't look like a lot as you're looking at it, but I wanted it to be pretty subtle. I did not want it to be like super shiny in your face like it would with the gold. So I just put a light coat on there and it looked really good. I chose the rose gold because it has a little pinky to it, and the floral transfer we use is gonna have pink. So you can see right here, I just rubbed that on with my finger. It will dry down. You do not put any kind of clear coat over it. Now we're going to take the new IOD transfer. I will not try to pronounce that, but I got it from Bonda at paintedheirloom.com. And what's nice about the transfers is you don't have to use them how they come. So we're only going to use half of these transfers. I do want to note with these transfers that there is writing behind the florals. So you need to ensure that that writing is facing the right way. You do not want your lettering upside down. So I'm going to grab the 2 sheets I'm going to use. And like I said, I was lucky because there was a middle point with that spindle, which made it really easy. I didn't have to measure or line anything up. I'm going to cut the excess off of the first one. And what's great about IOD transfers is they have grids and they have a little tack to them. So they're not moving around on you. So I'm going to lay that down. And then it, like I said, it has some tack. I'm gonna grab the plastic little scraper tool that comes with it, and I'm going to start pushing that down as I lift my transfer as I'm pushing or scraping down. And seriously, this was effortless. This transfer released from the carrier sheet so easily. I was pretty shook and I was getting so excited. So after that all comes off, I'm going to take that carrier sheet and I'm going to burnish that image into my piece, ensuring that it's on there and nothing is coming off. I'm going to line up the second piece because remember, this was one big transfer. So they overlap just a little bit so that it looks like all one piece, and I'm going to repeat the same step, scraping down or pushing down on my transfer sheet as it releases. And look at you guys, so pretty. So now I'm just going over that Salvation solution with our JRV cottage color. Now that's dry, sorry. We are going to take Big Top, which is a furniture sealer. It's a top coat, but we need to do this because our transfer needs to be sealed. You can use clear wax to seal your transfers. However, since this is going to be a bench and people are going to be sitting on it, and hopefully there's, you know, a lot of wear and use out of it. I wanted to ensure that that transfer stays looking good for years. So I'm going to take that big top, my smoothie DIY brush, and we are going to clear the top of it. Now, the big top is amazing. It goes such a long way. You guys look at this. I barely even put any in there and didn't even have to use a fraction of it. Well, I thought I was done, but as I started applying the big top, more discoloration popped up. So I have some right there, some right there. There's some coming through that little crack, more right there, and right there. So I don't know why that kind of like activated it or what happened, but it literally started showing right when I did that. So I'll just repeat the process. I'll just put the Salvation solution and then another coat of the cottage color, because the cottage color has that built-in sealer. So it's not like I have to go over the entire thing again with big top. So we'll do that and then we're done. Here is our final reveal. I absolutely love the way that it came out. I was very impressed with the JRV cottage colors on top of furniture. It looks so smooth. The coverage is great. And the IOD molds and transfers just add it just brings it to a whole new level. So you guys, thank you so much for watching this. If you want to see more furniture flips, comment down in the comment section, and all paint products are available on unicorndustdesigns.com. Thank you guys so much, and I hope you have a fabulous weekend. Bye.